Hi, this is DarkFox127 and welcome to another Skyrim Creation Kit tutorial video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to change the icon and splash screen of the executable for the new Creation Kit for Skyrim Special Edition. Now the reason I'm going to want to go ahead and do this is because in their infinite wisdom, Bethesda didn't change the icon whatsoever between the old version and this version. And in fact, if you were to go ahead and check the Fallout 4 Creation Kit, it has the same damn icon. And I'm the kind of person that likes to have a nice organised machine, as you can see here. And I do not want two icons that look exactly the same in my taskbar. So I decided I would go ahead and create my own icon, which is going to differentiate these two icons here. So what you're going to want is a handy little tool called Resource Hacker. I'll have the link in the description for the download of this tool. It's really useful. It lets you edit the executable, because one way I could do this is by going ahead and going to properties and change icon, but doing it this way is just going to change it for the taskbar, and I want it to change for everything else. Also, one other thing just to quickly note is that if I was to go to my days folder, you'll see that they all use the standard icon. It's most likely that this is going to change to the new icon, even for the old version. Anything that's a Creation Kit related file is going to change to your new icon, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, you'll go ahead and you'll be able to edit the executable, and you can change more than what I'm actually going to show you here, but I'm not going to go through everything you can change. So I'm going to hit open here. Now, because the last folder I was in is the exact one where the Creation Kit executable is, it's just directed me there, but you're going to want to go ahead and make your way to your Skyrim Special Edition folder, your main directory. You should know where that is by now: Steam Library, Steam Apps Common, and such. In my case, it's on my G drive. And you want to click on the executable here, hit open, and this will load up various things within the executable. Now, the only thing that we're really going to be interested in is bitmap and icon. So if I was to have this drop down box here for icon, and you click on, and you'll see all of the various sizes for the icon. Now don't worry, you don't have to change each of these individually. You can just click on icon and alt click replace icon, and then you'll be able to choose one. Now what you want to do here is just pick a large version, so you can go ahead and make your own, or you can download the ones that will be available on my resource page and over on my website. I'll have the links down below. You can go ahead and use that one, or you can create your own, but just make sure that you make a nice large icon. So I'm going to go under my documents here, and I'm going to find my new icon that I created. Now I thought I'd keep in the spirit of the logo that they created for the special edition itself, and I just pretty much had a black box with the Creation Kit half embedded into there, and that's the icon I'm going to use. Now you've got to make sure that it's an ICO file, so if you want, you can use a program called Format Factory. This is fantastic for taking pretty much any file and converting it into anything at all. And I use that to just take an image that I created in Photoshop and turn it into an ICO file. So it could be used with this. Now the size that I recommend is, I believe it's 256 by 256. Yep. 256 by 256 pixels. I recommend that size. And then it can put it into this program and scale it down for different versions. So I'm going to select that. So your icon appears there, hit replace, and as you can see, you've got all of the different versions of the icon. And then you could go ahead and hit save, but I've got one other thing I want to play with. I also noticed that when you opened up the Creation Kit, you have a very standard, boring, old-fashioned splash screen, and just for a little bit of fun, I went ahead and created my own. So I believe it's this one here. You might recognize this. This is one of the images that shows up when the Creation Kit first loads. I went ahead and created my own version. So I'm going to go replace bitmap, open, back up a few, and go under beth.net, complete. And as you can see, I've gone ahead and created my own version. So it's my own little splash screen, Creation Kit 64-bit, just for a bit of fun. And again, that will be downloadable in the description below. And I'm going to hit OK, well, open. And then I'm going to hit replace, and as you can see, it's changed that. Now, like I said, there's a lot of things that you can actually change with the executable, but you do want to be careful with exactly what you're changing. You can change cursors, you can change sort of menu icons and everything, which is really cool. So if you wanted a dark version, maybe this is a good way of going about it and recreate all the images. Maybe one day, if I'm bored enough, I'll do that. But yeah, for now, I'm just doing the bitmap and the icon, and then I'll go ahead and hit save. Now before you do that, you might want to keep a backup, so you might want to just copy the executable and rename it as original or something, but you shouldn't have any problems here if you've done everything correctly. So I'm going to just hit save. Now the changes are probably not going to take effect straight away, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reboot my machine, and you should see that the icon has changed. Okay, so it turns out that you don't really need to restart your entire machine. A simple sign out and sign back in again seem to do the trick. And if I just go to my taskbar, you'll see now that I can differentiate between the old Skyrim Creation Kit and the new one. And if I just go ahead and open this up, you'll see a fancy little splash screen right there. And if I go to About, it's also there. So it was just a cool bit of fun, that one. And I think it just helps keep things looking awesome. So I'm just going to close that. And one other thing to mention is if Bethesda do decide to go ahead and update the Creation Kit, which you'd actually need to go and load the launcher for anyway, if they do update the Creation Kit and you allow the update to take place, it's most likely going to reset any of the changes that you've made here, so you'll have to do this process again. However, I'm fairly certain that at the time of this video, give it a couple of months or so, Bethesda's not going to give a damn about the Creation Kit, and they're going to stop updating it and probably leave it in a complete mess, so you've probably not got too much to worry about there. But other than that, yeah, that's fantastic. And if we just go to my Skyrim file here, you'll see that it has changed the icon, even in the standard version, as well as the special edition. But I don't mind too much. It's not really anything that's going to bother me, because Windows does seem to count all of these as the same program. If you didn't know, you cannot load multiple versions of the Creation Kit at the same time. Very strange. And that's it for another Skyrim Creation Kit tutorial video, so I hope you found it useful. Please let me know in the comment section below. You can of course go ahead and check out the rest of my work at my website, as seen on screen now, at www.darkfox127.co.uk. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.